स्मृतापि तरुणातपं करुणया हरन्तीनृणाम् अभङ्गुरतनुत्वषां वलयिता शतैर्विद्युतां कलिन्दगिरिनन्दिनी तटसुरद्रुमालम्बिनी मतीयमतिचुम्बिनी भवतु कापि कादम्बिनी. So we were looking at the Ivaroda explanation, that is Jagannatha Pandita's Vyakhyanam. So what he was trying to say about Nishesha Chutachandanam, he takes that as the Uttamottama Kavya example. And Apedikshita has also taken it up in his Chitramemamsa as an Uttamottama Kavya Udaharanattvena tatrapi udahritameva. Kintu atra tasya Vyakhyana Ritihi ya vidyate tasyameva asya he has a problem. That is, Jagannatha Pandita has a problem in the way Apaya Dikshita has explained the Uttamottamattvam. So for every word he says that there is an asadharana meaning. It cannot be sadharanyam there. There is only asadharanam. And so Jagannatha Pandita tries to say that it is, if I have to go by your Vyakhyanam, then it will end up in Lakshana, wherein the Mukyarthasya bhadaha bhavati, tadanantaram तात्पर्येण अन्यः अर्थः स्वीक्रियते इति लक्षणायामेव पर्यवस्यति तर्हि तत्तु उत्तमकाव्यस्य उदाहरणत्वेन उदाहर्तुं न शक्यते इत्येव Jagannatha Pandita tries to point out a flaw in the Vyakhyana method of Apaya Dikshita, and he puts forth his method. So we saw that last week. I just wanted to give it in a very short format, the way Jagannatha Pandita looks at this shloka. And you put it in a tabular format, it is actually easier to understand. So when you take a padam, the way Apaya Dikshita goes is, he says none of these things work. It directly points out to Nayaka Ramanam, Nayaka Antika Gamanam, Ramanam cha, Sambhogas cha. It is a direct reference to that. Then the possibility of Vyanjana itself is gone. So Jagannatha Pandita takes up this shloka, and for each of those he shows that abhidha vyaparena, there is a possibility of first the vachyartha. Only when there is a sahridaya and he understands the context there, then the vyangyartha comes to his mind. So till then there is a particular vachyartha that is very, very possible for people to understand. So what is it that he was pointing out? Vapyam snatum gata iti chet, because there will be time delay. Nadi, if you did not go to the Nadi and you went only to the Vapi or the canal that is very close by, and you did not go to my Nayaka also. Mat priya antikancha nagatasi. When he said na punastasya adhamasya antikam, why did she use the word adhama there? Because he is a dukkha data. It is known that he always gives me trouble, and I have sent you many times before to him. But since you know that he is a dukkha data, he has done many mistakes, you iti jnatva eva tatra na gatasi. You know, she's sad, this lady. Why should she have to put up with this Nayaka's problem? So let me not even go to him. Iti prayaha, this is the vachyartha that comes about by Abhidha Vyapara. Stana tatam. Vapyam janabahulyat, because there are many people around in that canal. Lajja karanat swastika rupena. She covered her chest with her hands crossed, and so sthana upari bhage eva tatra amarshanam asit natu urasthalam purnataya tatra urasthalam na asit kintu sthana tatam eva. So the plain direct meaning is absolutely possible. This is the sadharanyam that he is talking about. Nirmrishta raga āධaraha. Āධarasya eva ragaha tatra nirmishtaha natu uttara oshtasya. Katham, then it can be possible because she is gandusha, or she just tries to wipe her mouth like this. Tasmat, there is no paint on her lower lip. The upper lip is already is quite visible with the lipstick there. Netre duram ananjane. Duram iti chet upari bhage eva ananjane. So only the top portion does not have the kajal, anjanam. And this is the normal thing, because she was trying to wash her face in a hurry and come back. So she did not take care to wash the lower lid also. Pulakita tanuhu, that is possible because of Saityat. And adhamaha, why does she use the word adhama? Purva aparadhi. She has already done all of these things before. Now let's go to the text and come back to this table, because we will need this table again for another purpose. Okay, so we stopped with this section. Yeah, where is that? 1 minute. So anyatha shaityavashat shitavashat tanavat cha तव तनुः पुलकिता इति एवं तस्याः विदग्धायाः गूढतात्पर्योक्तिः उचिता अन्यथा वैदग्ध्यभङ्ग आपत्तिः. The meaning we want to understand is that this Nayika is so clever that she is able to gudhataya tatra swabhiprayam pratipadayitum ichchati, and that is also in a very gudha manner. It is not sputam. It should not be sputam. It should not be evident for anybody and everybody, which means the vachyartha should be easily understandable for many people. Only if you are a Sahridaya, then you go on to the next level and try to understand the Vyangyartha by Vyanjana Vyapara. Now, how does he go there? We have to start from this section. Evam sadharaneshu eva vakyartheshu. Sadharaneshu ityukte Dachya Vyangya sadharaneshu. So the Vakyartha, there is a Vakyam that has been said, and the Artha of each of those words, as we saw now, each one of them is sadharanam. It is applicable in a normal circumstance. We don't need to go into Vyanjana Vritti right away. This is not a Lakshana Mulak Dhvani. This is a normal Dhvani, and first we have to try to understand the Vachyartha. So what happens now? Mukhyarte badha abhavat. There is no badha in any of the things that we are saying. Stanatatam nirmarishta raga adharaha. Adhara ragaha, can only happen because of chumbanam natu prakshalanat iti. You cannot, there is no badha for the mukhyartha. How can, when you are washing your face, when you are taking a bath, how can only the lower lip color go away? That is not something, it is normal. When people are taking a bath very quickly or just washing their face very quickly, then it is possible that they don't pay attention to details and pay attention to every part. It is not in the privacy of your bathroom that you are taking a happy long 1 hour bath here for you to take care of every part. Yeah. So, Anala, every word there is no mukhyartha badha. Everything fits beautifully in the vachyartha. Tatparyarthasya jatiti anakalanat. There is no badha. And there is no tatparyam that comes about because of the badha. What happens in Lakshana? When we say a mother is telling her child, Visham bhungshva, you go and eat poison. So the child is saying, I'm going to go and eat at this person's house. Everybody knows that that person is their enemy. And he is saying, Shatru grihe aham bhojanam karishyami iti, tarhi mata vadati visham bhungshva, you go and eat poison. So we know that Mata Kadapi Kuputro Bhaviti Na Kadapi Kumata Bhavishyati. When will a mother wantedly say you go and eat poison to a child? So the Mukhyarthasya Badha Tatra Bhavati. Tarhi Tatparyasya Jatiti Manasi Buddhyate. So what is the Tatparyam there? Atratu Mata Vadati Shatru Griham Vartate Tat Tatratu Ma Bhungshva Ityeva. So you should not go and eat in the house of an enemy. So that is the Tatparyartham. Whereas in this case, when there is no Mukhyartha Badha itself, why would we even go to a Tatparyartham? So Tatparyarthasya jhatiti anakalanat kutaha atra lakshana avakashaha. What is the prasakti for Lakshana itself? There is no need for us to get into Lakshana at all. Because the Mukhyartha Badam fits very beautifully for me. Sorry, Mukhyartha, the Vachyartha fits very beautifully for me. Right?
Anantaram the Mukhyartha Badha does not take place here.
It does not take place. Mukhyarthasya Badha na bhavati. So Badha bhavat. Badha abhavat.
Got it.
Okay. Anantaram. Now the next step. See, Jagannatha Pandita gives us beautifully the steps to follow to arrive at the Vyanjana Vyapara. Now, if it is not a Sahridaya, let's say he doesn't understand the situation, the Suchakama solradallam puriyada oru personal tube light. Let's say in common parlance we say very tube light. So he is a person who cannot understand any of these ingitam. Okay, so if that is a person, he will be very satisfied with the Vachyartha and he will go away. Done. He understands, oh, poor girl, she asked him to go somewhere, she asked the Duti to go somewhere, and that friend, see what she has done, she has only gone to this place and taken a bath and come back. That's all he is going to understand, nothing else. Kintu sahridayah kim bhavati tasya manasi anantaram cha vachyartha pratipattehe vatribodhavya nayakadinam vaishishtyasya pratipattau satyam. Inga oru kama potukongo. This is a clause by itself. So, vachyartha pratipattehe anantaram. Prathamam tu tatra vachyarthasya pratipattihi avagamaha jayate. Tadanantaram tu vaishishtya avagamaha. What is this vaishishtyam? There is a specific circumstance that we are viewing here. There is a scene that we are looking at. What is the scene that we have? We understand who is the vakta, vaktri, bodhavya, nayakadinam, vaishishtyasya pratitau satyam. When there is an understanding of the special cases of the vakta, bodhavya, and nayaka, etc. Now, that's why I said it's easier to go to the chart here. Now, when you go to this is the second step of the how you arrive at the Vyangyartha. Vaishishtya avagamaha. What is this Vaishishtyam? You understand who is the Vakta or Vaktri in this case. Who is the person who is talking? She is a Virahini who is separated from her pati. Vidagdha. She is also an intelligent person. Uttamanayika. She is an Uttamanayika. She is not someone who will randomly say things Adhamanayika athava tatha nasti. So she is an Uttamanayika here. Virahini. Patyuhu viraham sevate. Tasmat. You will have to understand these things, these adjectives come to the mind of the Sahridaya. First, about the Vakta, Vaktri. Next is Bodhavya, to whom she is talking. Who is she talking to? She is talking to a Duti, and that Duti is Swairini or Pumschali Duti, one who acts accordingly. Swaira Swechaya Acharini. She is someone who acts on her own. She doesn't act according to what her Swamini says. She prefers to do things on her own. Swairini iti. So here Pumschali ityukte Pumamsam prati chalati iti. So she is an Abhisarika, Vyabhicharini iti. One who does hina karyam. Now, who is the Nayaka? This Nayaka, this sort of a scene must have happened many times before. He must have made some mistake or the other. Not exactly Duti Sambhoga Rupaha Aparadhaha tu na kritaha. Prayaha Purvam Anye Aparadaha kritaha. There could have been many other mistakes that he would have done. Probably when the Nayika was talking, he did not pay attention. He was looking at something else. These are all small Hindi la solna nope joke. Some small love quarrels that happen between the two of them. He must have made more aparadha than what the Nayika was probably wanted him. Nayika did. So there are other small mistakes that he has done before, and hence she has had this opportunity to send the Duti many times before. So which means this Nayaka is known to make mistakes. That sort of a background comes to the mind of the reader or a Sahridaya or a person who sees this scene. Adipadam. So she says Vaktra Bodhavya Nayakadinam iti. Adipadena Kaku. The sarcastic tone with which she probably says, the tonal difference that one can make out when she is talking. See, what is a dialogue and how they interpret it may be very, very different. There was one Instagram reel that I was seeing. There's a famous quotation, to be or not to be is the question. That is the question. Yeah? So each actor gives an emphasis in the word that they feel is important, and each actor will recite that dialogue in a different manner. And the color of the same sentence will change because of the intonation and the emphasis that the actor gives. That is your kaku. The way they talk, the way they deliver the dialogue, it could be just a plain sentence. அதாவது நம்ம வந்தியா அப்படின்னு கேட்போம், நம்ம நன்னா இருந்தது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு நன்னா இருந்தது. the way you express it, போருமே அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும்ல. போருமே அப்படின்னு நிஜமாவே போறோம்னு அர்த்தம். போருமே அவன் என்ன பண்ணான்னு அப்படிங்கிறச்சு இட் இஸ் ஐயோ ஐ காண்ட் ஈவன் ஹேண்டில் வாட் ஹி இஸ் டூயிங் அப்படிங்கிற அர்த்தம். the tonal difference is matters a lot. So that is adi. A viewer or the sahridaya looks at this scene and the way she talks and he understands. He immediately understands the specificities of this situation. So what happens? Text polam. Vachyartha pratipettehe anantaram. After understanding the vachyartha, वक्तृ बोद्धव्य नायकादीनां वैशिष्ट्यस्य प्रतीतौ सत्यां. He understands the particularity of who is talking, who has to understand these things, and whom are they talking about, and the way they are talking. All of these things are understood by the Sahridaya. Pratitau Satyam. When these are understood, Adhama Padena, now our Vyanjaka Pada makes its entry. Vyanjaka Padam, abdina, the force of the Vyanjana Vritti starts from one, it can start from one particular Padam or a Vakyam. Because if you have the background of Auchitya Vichara Charcha, it will be beautiful. Because in Auchitya Vichara Charcha, he says how even one Padam can contribute to a beautiful Vyangyartha. It can change the whole color of the shloka itself. Right? तद्वत् अत्रापि अधमपदेन स्वप्रवृत्ति प्रयोजकः दुःखदातृत्वरूपधर्मः साधारणात्मा वाच्यार्थदशायाम् अपराधान्तरनिमित्तक दुःखदातृत्वरूपेण स्थितः सन् व्यञ्जनाव्यापारेण दूतीसंभोगनिमित्तक दुःखदातृत्वाकारेण पर्यवस्यति. This is one sentence here. So adhama padena, what does this adhama pada do with that word adhama? It becomes a dharma which is in the vachyartha dashayam. First take this. Vachyartha dashayam. Tarhi abhidavyaparena adhamaha iti padasya kidrishaha arthaha svikridyate. What is the meaning that we get from there? It contributes a dharma which is दुःखदातृत्वरूपः धर्मः नायके वर्तते. A dharma or a quality of him being capable of giving dukkam, giving misery to the nayika, is very clearly understood by the padam adhama. And this is in the vachyartha dasha. Only we have still not gone into the vyangyartha. In the vachyartha level, sadharana atma sanna, it is only a normal meaning that a person who is not a sahridaya gets that, oh, probably this fellow has given so much of difficulty for this. He has given trouble for her for so many years now, and that is why she is using the word adhamapada. So adhama padena swa pravritti prayojakaha dharmaha. किमर्थं तत्र आदमपदस्य प्रवृत्तिः वर्तते. प्रवृत्तिः इत्युक्ते प्रयोगः. किमर्थं सा नायिका आदमपदं प्रयुङ्क्ते? Why does she use that word? There is a hetu for it. प्रयोजकः इत्युक्ते हेतुः. So स्वं अधमपदं स्वस्य प्रवृत्तिः अधमपदस्य प्रयोगः अधमपदस्य प्रयोगस्य हेतुः प्रयोजकः. So स्वस्य प्रवृत्तेः प्रयोजकः इत्युक्ते आधमपदस्य प्रयोगः किमर्थं क्रियते इति चेत् तत्र हेतुत्वरूपेण दुःखदातृत्वं वर्तते. So हेतु here is सहा दुःखदा तस्मिन् नायके दुःखदातृत्वम् इति कश्चन धर्मः वर्तते. So there is a quality of constantly troubling, torturing. This quality is there in that nayaka iti adhamapadena jnayate. And this is in the realm of abhida. It is still in vachyartha level. Now we have to go to Vyanjana Vyapara. Now in the vachyartha dashayam, So when we understand that he has given Dukkadata, he is a Dukkadata because of the word Adamapada, what mistakes could it have been? Some Purva Aparadham. So Aparadhantara Nimittaka Dukkadatrittva Rupena Sthitaha Sadharanatma. You only take it as a common meaning. Do not go into the Pratiyamana Artham. At the common level, what do we first understand? Because this Nayika is using the word Adamapada, probably अपराधांतर निमित्तक दुःखदातृत्व रूपेण स्थितः धर्मः. This dharma, we understand it as a common thing which is giving trouble with respect to nimittaka, with respect to aparadhantara. Aparadhantara ಪರಿಚಯ பண்ணிருக்கேளோ இல்லையோ ಚಿತ್ತೂರ್ಲ ದೇಶಾಂತರಂ ಗ್ರಾಮಾಂತರಂ ನಾಮಾಂತರಂ अन्यत्. So अन्यः अपराधः अथवा अन्ये अपराधाः अपराधान्तरं. So अपराधान्तर निमित्तक दुःखदातृत्वं न तु दूती संभोग निमित्तकं. That will come only in the Vyangya Paksha. In the Vachya Paksham, so we take it as he has probably done many mistakes before. Sthitaha Vyanjana Vyaparena. Now through Vyanjana, Duti Sambhoga Nimittaka Dukkadatrutva Akarena Paryavasyati. Paryavasyati, it goes and ends in through Vyanjana Vyapara, because Vaishishthyagamam Abhavat, Tadanantaram Vyanjana Vyaparena. What is the meaning that we get? Duti Sambhoga Nimittaka Dukkadatrutvam. The Dukkadata iti Dukkadatrutvam nama dharmaha adhuna tu Vyanjana Vyaparena Dutya saha saharamate iti tadrupaka Dukkadatrutvam paryavasyati. Is it clear? அதாவது கொஞ்சம் கன்ஃபியூஸ்டா இருக்கா இல்லையே?
இல்ல வாச்சியார்த்தமா ஒரு இது தெரிஞ்சுடுத்து, பட் இதுல போனா தூதி சம்போக நிமித்தக்க துக்கத்தை கொடுத்தான்னு தெரியுது.
ஆமா, exactly. So vachiartham first you have to establish in this manner, then you go into vaishishtyam. You understand what is the situation. In idu varakum it is a common, adada sadharanatma sadharanyam. Whatever he says with respect to sadharana sadharanya, it only stops with the abhida first of all. That is sadharanyam na, it is common to both abhida and vyanjana. This padam is sadharanyam. Now sadharana atmana, without any vaishishtya avagama, where are you standing? You are standing in the vachyartha level. Then you understand this vishishtartha. Here is where our sahridaya comes in. And then Vyanjana Vyaparena Nayaka Antikam Gata. Abdina, you just fit every one of those padam to the Vyangyartha. Or in a totality, you understand that she did not go to Vapi, she only went to the Nayaka. Okay. Iti Alankarika Siddhanta Nishkarshaha. Atratu, what he says is, this is the Siddhanta Nishkarshaha. This is the final conclusion of the Siddhanta Matam of all the Alankarikas. He takes a position of representing all of the Alankarikas and he says that this is how you have to arrive at the Vyangyartha. Which is very true. In a way, you understand, not true, it's very logical the way he approaches. Because if you confine it to one particular meaning, then you are not even talking about Vyangya and Vaidagdhya Bhanga Apattihi. She will no longer be a clever person, which means she is able to clearly tell everybody that, you know what, both my messenger and my husband are wrong. They have cheated me, they have betrayed me. And it is very clear to everybody. No, only if you are a Sahridaya, if you understand the situation really well, then you will be able to grasp the Vyangyartha. Now the next one is, he goes into Adhamapadam. Idoda over. With this paragraph, he completes his discussion on Nishesha Chudachandanam and Uttamottama Kavyam and goes to Uttama Kavya example. So we will try to finish just this section today. Etena. Now this quotation here, starting from this section, Adhamatvam Apakrishtatvam Paryavasyati iti yaduktam tadapi nirastam. This quotation is from Chitramimamsa. Adhamatvam Apakrishtatvam Tacha Jatya Karmanava Bhavati Tatra Jatya Apakarsham na Uttamanayika Nayakasya Vakti Napi Swa Aparadha Paryavasayi Duti Sambhoga Atiriktena Karmana तादृशं च दूति संप्रेषणात् प्राचीनं सोढमेव इति न उद्घाटनार्हम् इति इतरव्यावृत्त्या संभोगरूपमेव पर्यवस्यति इति यदुक्तं तदपि निरस्तम्. Now he is refuting that Vyanjaka padam is adhama padam here. Now you have to go back to the arthapatti pramana that we had before. Yes. So arthapatti pramanena nayakaha adamaha jatya purvakarmana va saha adamaha bhavitum narahati. So duti ramanam eva arthapatti pramanena siddham ityuktam. We did this just like how devadattasya peenatvam tu ratri bhojanam vina katham siddhyati iti jet tatra anyatha anupapattihi. Without ratri bhojanam vina देवदत्तस्य पीनत्वं तु न सिद्ध्यति. नायकस्य अधमत्वं तु कथं सिद्ध्यति? दूतीरमणं विना न सिद्ध्यति. So he uses arthapatti pramana and establishes that adhama padam can only indicate दूतीरमणं. It cannot indicate anything else. So there he uses arthapatti. For the others he used lakshana mooladhvani, mukyartha badaha and tatparya vritti. Whereas for this Apedikshita used adhamatvam to prove adhamatvam using arthapatti pramana. You remember that. Okay. Now in the text he quotes that section and says adhamatvam nama apakrishtatvam. So this is the meaning of adhamatvam. Apakrishtatvam is equal to apakrishtatvam. Apakrishtaha उत्कृष्टः अपकृष्टः उत्कृष्टः उत्तमः अपकृष्टः नीचः. So adhamaha iti adhamatvam, the quality of being adhama is the quality of being very low in character. Now what is this possible? Tacha jatya karmana va bhavati. Calling someone low or nichaha can be possible because of their jati, this character swabhavam, or because of the actions that they have performed. These are two cases. Tatra jatya apakarsham na uttamanayika nayakasya vakti. And uttamanayika will never talk about the person she loves as someone who is jatya eva saha evam nichaha eva. Nichakule jataha esha. Iti kadachitapi uttamanayika na vadati. Swanayakam prati, because she has chosen that person. She would always look at him as the best of the best, right? So jatya apakarsham tu na vakti. She will never talk about him being lower in kulam. Napi swa aparadha paryavasai duti sambhoga atiriktena karmana. She will not talk about him as apakrishtaha karmana if any other action would not qualify him to be an adhama. Only swa aparadha paryavasai, the word, so adhamatvam karmana, with respect to action also, she will not tell that he has made some mistake if it does not end in duti sambhoga. Duti sambhoga atiriktena karmana, with an action, because of an action which is not duti sambhoga, any other aparadha, she is not going to talk about it, because betrayal is the worst form of mistake that anybody can do. Chumma, he did not look and smile at me. Iti kastana aparadaha vartate cheta tadrisha aparadham ullikhya satuna vadati. She is not going to highlight this sort of a silly mistakes and say that, oh, he is an adhama. So karma should be so heenam, so bad, so nicham. That is when she, by her own mouth, she is going to point out to that nayaka and say adhamasyantikam iti. Adhama padam upayunte, right? Otherwise, if it is not duti sambhoga atiriktena karmana na vakti nayika. So swa aparadha paryavasai, that which goes and ends in an aparadham that is that he does. Yeah. 1 minute. Karmana inge vandu adu correct ah ezhudirupar. Swasya nayikayaha aparadha paryavasai dukkha utpadakatvena aparadha rupaha yaha duti sambhogaha nayakasya. அப்படி எடுத்துக்கணும். So swam नायिकां प्रति अपराध पर्यवसायी अपराध रूपेण यः अन्ते परिणमितः भवति तादृश दूती संभोग अतिरिक्तेन अदावदु an action இது எப்படி என்ன நாயிகாவை குறிச்சு ஒரு தப்புல போய் முடியற மாதிரி இருக்கும் அந்த பெண்ணோட இருக்கிற உறவு அப்படிங்கறத தவிர வேற செயல்னால அவனை வந்து அதமான சொல்ல முடியாது இல்ல புரியுதா அது இங்கிலீஷ்ல கொஞ்சம்
இல்ல இது இப்ப புரிஞ்சது லாஸ்ட்ல தமிழ்ல சொன்னேன்
அதான் சில சமயம் இங்கிலீஷ்ல வந்து அது கஷ்டப்படுறது வர்றதுக்கு. So Dhuti Sambhoga is something which goes and ends in a mistake with respect to the Nayika. And other than that, she is not going to find fault with him at all, with any action. Tadrisham cha Dhuti Sampreshanat Prachinam Dhuti Sampreshanat Tadrisham Prachinam Sodhameva Iti. Ipo, there have been many mistakes that he has done before. Prachinam Tat sarvam tu sodham. I have forgiven him for everything that he has done before. Hence, she has sent this Dhuti now. Otherwise, she would not even be trying to mediate with her husband. Why would she want to do this with her Nayaka? The very fact that she had sent this Dhuti today shows that she has already forgiven him for all of his earlier mistakes. So, tadrisham prachinam sodhameva iti Dhuti sampreshanat nyayate na udghatana arham. So those mistakes are not necessary to open up and show here at all. So which means she is not talking about the older mistakes that he has done. Seriya? So iti itara vyavritya. So hence she is not talking about the older ones. Itara vyavritti. The others have all been removed here. The older mistakes have been removed. Sambhoga rupameva paryavasyati. So we only conclude that she is talking about the apakrishtatvam with respect to karma, and that karma is only Dhuti Sambhoga rupam. Iti Chitramimamsayam uktam. Clear? So he is completely given a logical approach and went and said that this is what it is. That is, only the Vyangyartha is seen. Iti yaduktam tadapi nirastam. That has also been said by the earlier statement itself, but he just concludes it by saying vidagdha uttamanayikayaha. Another way of looking at it, a beautiful one. See, if she is a vidagdha, she is a very clever person. Uttamanayikacha sakhi samaksham tadubhagoga rupasya swanayaka aparadhasya sputam prakashayitum Atitamam auchityena. Take a pause there. In front of her own friend, she is clever. At the same time, she is very cultured. Uttama Nayika ityukte, she is very decent, dignified, cultured person. Tatha sati, katham sati samaksham, sakhi samaksham. In front of her friends, tad upabhoga rupasya swanayaka aparadhasya. That he was with her, and it is a mistake with respect to her Nayaka. Iti sakhi samakshameva. In front of her itself, how would she go and confront her with this? It is a matter of privacy here, and it is a matter of pride also. Would she go and tell, listen, you went and stayed with him, you have betrayed me in this matter. It is putam katham prakashayitum shakyate. It is anauchityam. There is no propriety in them. She is very cultured and dignified enough not to say this, but at the same time, she wants to point out also. Right? So, sputam prakashayitum nayaka aparadhasya tad upabhoga rupasya ityukte tat iti atra tasyaha dhutyaha sambhoga rupasya. That he has been with her, iti tadrisha aparadhasya sputam prakashayitum, in order to show it very clearly, atitamam anauchityena. It is very inappropriate for a clever and dignified lady to say this, Uttama Nayika to say this. Prachinanameva sodhanamapi aparadhanam asahyataya dhutim prati pratipipadayishitatvat iti dik. So, asadharana rupena. Now, again, sadharana rupam. We need the sadharana rupam. What she is trying to say is, See, prachinanameva sodhanamapi aparadhanam asahyataya. See, there have been so many mistakes that he has done before. Prachina aparadham. Sodhanam. I have tolerated all of those things before. But then today, this he not coming and meeting me has become very intolerable. Asahyataya. That is what she wants to try to convey to the Duti. Dutim prati pratipipadayishitatvat, pratipadayitum ishtatvat. So pratipadayati, pratipadayitum ichchati sannantam. Then kta pratyayam bhavati. So pratipadayitum ishtam, and then ishtatvam. The fact that she wanted to convey to the Duti that I may have forgiven him for so many mistakes before, but today I would temper. There will always be a breaking point for some people, wherein it is intolerable for me to do anything. She wanted to just convey that part. I've forgiven him for so many mistakes. How can I forgive him for more and more, and how can this be constant affair in our relationship? That is not possible. She wanted to convey this aspect to that Duti, not because she wanted to say, why did you go? That cannot be the appattama solrada irukka mudiyadilla, cannot be vyaktam there. Okay, iti dik. So with this he stops his stops his discussion. I think adada purva aparadhanam asahyataya. You take it as sadharanam here. So he started off with the Uttamottama Kavyasya Udaharanatvena. Jagannatha Pandita gave 2-3 examples, and then he took up Nisheshachyuta Chandanam, which he says it is Uttamottama Kavyam according to him, because he gives 4 divisions. Every other Alankarikas give only 3 divisions. He gives a 4th one, which is the Uttamottama Kavyam. And in the Nisheshachyuta Chandanam, he gave his own Vyakhyanam also after refuting Ape Dikshita's Vyakhyanam. Okay, and why he takes up only this Adhama Pada in special is because Adhama is your Vyanjaka Padam, Arthi Vyanjana. That is Artharupena Tatra Vyanjana Vyaparena Kidrishaha Abhivyaktihi Vartate iti Pratipadita. Right? Next he moves on to Uttama Kavya example. We'll do that next week. Okay.